Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome, my dear students, to our English period for grade 7, unit 4, lesson 5. It's about working in the lab. Today, my dear students, we are going to work together in the science lab. But first, my dear students, let's study some new vocabulary. Repeat after me. Trick, 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 trick. Look at this picture and try to tell me what can you see? It's a trick. In this picture, there is another trick. Look at these pictures, my dear students. There are more tricks. Now let's discuss these questions about the science lab. What should you wear before you go to the lab? You should wear white coats and goggles. Another question, what could happen if someone plays tricks in the lab? It's very dangerous. We should be careful in the science lab. Playing tricks in the science lab is very dangerous. Now, my dear students, let's read this dialogue between two persons about science. Do you like science? No, I don't. Why not? It's difficult and boring. Let's move to another dialogue between two persons. Do you like science? Yes, of course, it's my best subject. Why do you like it? It's very easy and exciting. Okay, now my dear students, let's turn to our students book, page 27, and start with the first exercise. It's listening about safety in the science lab. Here in these pictures, we can see some safety rules in the science lab. Look and read carefully and try to collect some safety rules in the science lab. Here are some examples. Don't touch the animals. Wear safety goggles. Wear lab coat, etc. Now, in our exercise, we want to listen and complete the safety rules with these words. Here we have 6 words: face, clean, drink, wear, games, work. And here we have 6 rules. We want to complete them with the suitable word. Now, my dear students, listen about safety in the science lab and complete these rules with these words.
3.3 Okay, everybody. I want you to listen very carefully to these safety instructions. The science lab can be a dangerous place, but it's a very safe place if you follow these rules. Always wear a lab coat and goggles. Never work alone. Don't play games or play tricks. Don't eat or drink. Keep the lab clean and tidy. Don't touch your face. Right. Now let's start our experiment.
Okay, after listening, my dear students, let's check our answers. Number 1, always wear a lab coat and goggles. Number 2, never wear cologne. Number 3, don't play games or play tricks. Number 4, don't eat or drink. Number 5, keep the lab clean and tidy. Don't touch your face. Let's Read them again. Always wear a lab coat and goggles. Never wear cologne. Don't play games or play tricks. Don't eat or drink. Keep the lab clean and tidy. Don't touch your face. Exercise number 2, it's speaking. Imagine you are a school principal. What pieces of advice would you give students before exams? Share your ideas by giving a short speech. You can start the speech by saying, "My dear students, exams are next week, so I'd like to give you some advice." Let's see examples here. Always make a plan and organize your time. Always study hard. Always revise and work hard. Remember, my dear students, in imperatives, we can start with the word always followed by the main verb or the infinitive. Always start with easy subjects and write notes. Remember, my dear students, in the negative form of imperatives, we use the word don't followed by the infinitive. Don't waste your time on watching TV or using your phones. Don't stay up late. Always eat healthy food and do exercise. Now, my dear students, let's move to exercise number 3. But, my dear students, let's learn in our lesson today how to pronounce the final S. There are 3 ways to pronounce the S at the end of the words. It has 3 sounds. The first one is. The second one is s. The third one is z. Let's read the words and note the difference. Races, buses, boxes, prizes, kisses, watches, dishes, changes. Okay? Here, my dear students, when the words end with these sounds, we pronounce the final S is, s, x, z, s, ch, sh, j. Let's read the second column of the words. Here we pronounce the final S. Sleeps, box, hats, cliffs, graphs, miss. When the words end with these sounds, we pronounce the final S. These sounds are p, k, t, f, f, th. The last sound of the final S is z. Let's read the words. Crabs, words, bags, deals, dreams, fans, sends, wears, gloves, plays. Okay, my dear students, here final S has three sounds. There are three ways to pronounce the final S. Is, s, z. Now, I want you to listen to the words. What happens to the final S? Try to know the sound of the final S in the first one, two, and three. Listen carefully.
3.4 1,
drinks,
2,
says,
3,
watches,
Now, my dear students, we want to know which is sound do these words have. Is it like 1, 2, or 3? Is it 1, 2, or is 3? Listen carefully and try to decide.
3.5
fills, eats, finishes, gets, listens, packs, studies, presses, likes, goes, pushes, reduces.
After listening, my dear students, let's check. What about this word, eats? Is it 1, 2, or 3? It's 1. The next word. That's right. Finishes. It's is. The next word. Gets. That's right. 1. Listens. Listens. It's 2. Bravo. 2. Backs. 1. Studies. 2. Presses. 3. Likes. Likes. 1. Goes. Goes. 2. Pushes. Pushes. 3. Reduces. 3. That's right, my dear students. Now, my dear students, let's move to lesson 6, unit 4, lesson 6. It's page 28. It's about working in the lab. In this lesson, we are going to do an experiment. Here, I want you to remember and mention some safety rules in the science lab. Do you remember? Wear the lab coat, never wear cologne, don't eat or drink, don't play tricks, etc. Now, do you like doing experiments? In our lesson today, we are going to do an experiment. But first, my dear students, let's study some new vocabulary. Look at the picture Here, repeat after me. Lid, lid, lid. This is the lid of the jar. This is the lid of the jar. Try to look at the picture. Try to guess the meaning. It's a lid. So the word lid, it means a removable cover for the top of a container. Do you think they are closed very well? Yes, they are sealed. Repeat after me. Seal, 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 seal. The word seal means to close very well. Look at this picture. The girl is sucking through a straw. Repeat after me. Suck, 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 suck. The word suck means to draw a liquid into your mouth. The next word, my dear students, repeat after me. Observation, observation, observation. You need to have a good observation to be a good scientist. Observation. Observation means watching something or someone carefully. Now, let's see, my dear students, how many words can you remember? Look at the picture and try to say the word. What can you see in this picture? It's
lid,
lid. That's right. The next one.
suck,
Suck, suck, suck.
seal,
Seal, seal. And the last one.
Observation.
Observation, observation, observation. Now, my dear students, let's read the experiment and match the instructions with the pictures. It's in your student's book, page 28. I want you, my dear students, to read the experiment and match the instructions with the pictures. Here we have 5 instructions and we have 5 pictures. We want to match. Here in this picture, you need a drinking straw, a glass jar with a lid, some water, and some clay. Okay, my dear students, read and match. Let's check our answers. Number 1, fill a jar with water. Which picture? It's E, that's right. Number 2, make a hole in the lid of a jar. Make the hole the same size as the straw. Excellent, it's C. Number 3, push the straw into the hole. B, that's right. Number 4, put the clay around the straw so it is sealed. It's A. Number 5, now we try to suck the water through the straw. It's D. Excellent. So, my dear students, now, what do you expect to happen? What do you expect to happen? Let's do an experiment. Here, my dear students, we want to do the experiment and write down your observation answering the following questions. Here, What things did you use for the experiment? What do we need for this experiment? Who did it with you? What did you try to do? What happened and why? Let's see, my dear students. What things did you use for the experiment? For this experiment, we need a jar, a straw, a lid, and some water. Who did it with you? My sister, my brother, my friend, and so on. What did you try to do? First, we filled the jar with the water. Next, we made a hole in the lid of the jar. We made the hole the same size as the straw. Then we pushed the straw into the hole. What did you try to do? After that, we put the clay around the straw so it was sealed. Finally, we tried to suck the water through the straw. What happened next? What happened? We couldn't drink anything because the liquid can't go up. Why? It's all about air pressure. In a glass of water, the air presses on the surface of the water. When you suck on the straw, you reduce the air pressure on the liquid, pushes the liquid up the straw, and you get a nice drink. When you seal the hole around the straw, there is no air pressure on the liquid, so the liquid can't go up the straw. No nice drink. Thank you, my dear students. Meet you in the next period, inshallah. Thank you and goodbye.